श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीसद्गुरुपरमात्मने नमः। सर्वमहर्षिभ्यो नमः। अतः अष्टमोऽध्यायः, the eighth discourse, Aksharaparabrahma yoga, the yoga of imperishable Brahman. The title of this discourse: Kshara means which perishes. Akshara means that which does not perish, the imperishable. Since the discourse deals with the imperishable Brahman, it is entitled Aksharaparabrahma yoga. At the end of the previous discourse, Atma Samyama Yoga, the Lord said that those who take refuge in Him and strive for liberation from old age and death would even at the time of death know all of Brahman, which comprehends the Adhyatma, Adibhuta and Adiyagna. Arjuna wanted to know what was meant by Adhyatma, Adibhuta, etc. And so this discourse starts with 7 separate questions put by him to the Lord. Arjuna Uvacha. First sloka. Kim tad brahma kimadhyatmam, kim karma purushottama, adibhutam cha kim proktam adidaivam kimuchyate. Second sloka. Adiyagnaha katam kotra dehesmin madhusudhana prayana kale cha katam neyohi niyatatmabhihi. Substance. Arjuna said, what is that Brahman? What is the Adhyatma? What is action? What is declared to be Adibhuta? And what is Adidaiva said to be? O best among men, O Krishna, who and how is Adiyagna here in this body? And how at the time of death are you to be known by the self-controlled? Commentary. The Lord answers the first 6 questions briefly and elaborates his answer to the last in this discourse. First question, what is Brahman? Secondly, what is Adhyatma? Third, what is Karma? Fourth, what is Adibhuta? Fifth, what is Adidaiva? Sixth, what is Adiyagna? And last question is, how and in what manner is the Lord known by the self-controlled at the time of death? Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Third sloka. Aksharam Brahma Paramam Swabhavodyatmamuchyate Bhuta Bhavodbhavakaro Visargaha Karma Sanchitaha. Substance. The Blessed Lord said, Brahman is supreme, imperishable. Its essential nature is called Adhyatma, self-knowledge. The act of sacrifice that causes the birth of beings is named as karma, action. Commentary. 3 questions are answered in this verse. First, what is Brahman? The supreme and the imperishable is Brahman. 2 attributes are mentioned here, supreme Paramam and imperishable Aksharam. There is nothing other than or superior to Brahman. The one above and beyond which there is nothing else is Brahman. That is why it is described to be supreme, Paramam. Brahman is imperishable, deathless. Since it is deathless, it cannot be said to be born. The whole universe is constantly changing and going through the process of creation and dissolution in an endless chain. Birth and death is the law of nature, and there is only one that is birthless and deathless, and that is Brahman. It is the seer, Druk, and so is indestructible. Destruction is only spoken of the seen, Drishya, and not the seer, Drik. Brahman is indivisible, unaffected by time, space, and causation. To the second question, what is Adhyatma? The answer given in is nature, Swabhava. One's nature is Swabhava, that is the real self of man, distinct from the superimposed body, mind, and senses. Out of ignorance, man thinks that he is the body and mind, and that is his real nature. It is an error. When knowledge dawns, one knows that he is the self Atma, uncontaminated by the body, mind, and the senses. So long as man identifies himself with the elements which are subject to change and death, he cannot be happy. True happiness is only in the self, pure, perfect, and imperishable. The third question is, what is karma? The answer is an act of sacrifice, which is the cause of the birth of beings. This is yajna. By yajna, rains are produced, and from rains, food, and from food, all beings are born. The word visarga here means that which is given away or that which is offered as sacrifice to the gods in the sacred fire of the yajna. In charity, dana, wealth is sacrificed. Service to mankind in any form is an act of sacrifice. This is also yajna and it leads to moksha. Question: what is Brahman? Answer: the indestructible and the supreme being is Brahman. Question: what is Adhyatma? Answer: the true self of man. Question: what is karma? Answer: that act of sacrifice which causes the emanation of beings is karma. Fourth sloka. Adibhutam ksharo bhavaha purushashchasti daivatam adiyagno ahamevatra dehe dehabhutambara. Substance. O Arjuna, the perishable element is Adibhuta. Hiranyagarbha or Virat Purusha is Adidaiva. And here in the body, I myself am the Adiyagna. Commentary. As the Lord declares that He dwells in the body as Adiyagna, He is most near to every being. The Lord is not far away either in the sky or in the underworld. He permeates the body with His invisible presence. So it is man's duty to discover Him by close examination. As the Lord is very near to all, no one should be hated or looked down with contempt. The divinity of man is thus declared by the Lord. Arjuna is addressed here as Dehabhrutam Vara, implying that man holds the body, but he is certainly not the body. Question: what is Adibhuta? Answer: the perishable element. All the objective universe is called Adibhuta. Question: what is Adidaiva? Answer: Virat Purusha or Hiranyagarbha. Question: what is Adiyagna? Answer: Lord Krishna. Paramatma is himself the Adiyagna in this body. The Lord now elaborates the theme of God consciousness at the time of death. Fifth sloka. Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalebaram yah prayati samadbhavam yati nastyatra samshayaha. Substance. He who casts off the body at the time of death and goes forth remembering me only attains my being. There is no doubt in this. Commentary. The Lord here explains how he is remembered by the self-controlled yogi at the time of death. Antakalecha means it is declared that whoever thinks of the Lord at the moment of death also attain his being. The word also, cha, has to be carefully understood. Cha means also. The seeker has to think of the Lord not only during his lifetime but at the moment of death also. The Lord did not say that he should be remembered only at the time of death. That would be quite encouraging to all the idlers and wicked men. Of course, even to remember the Lord at the time of death is also an act of merit, but such memory is impossible to retain at the moment of death unless by long and steady practice the mind is saturated with divine thoughts. Mostly people die thinking of their prosperity, wife, or children because their minds were filled with these thoughts during a long lifetime. So the Lord emphasizes the idea of remembering Him at all time, both in life and in death. Those who have spent a whole lifetime in spiritual sadhana can retain the memory of the Lord at the last moment. The exceptions are very rare. If a man wants to play some role in a drama, he goes through months of training, memorizing his part. To pass an examination, a long period of preparation is necessary. It is within one's own experience that what he thinks of intensely in the waking state comes up as a dream in sleep. In old age, at the moment of death, the functions of the body and mind will be at a low ebb, and most people pass away in an unconscious state. So intense sadhana during a whole time is essential for attaining the Lord by fixing the mind on Him at the time of death. The power of Maya is inscrutable. At any time, it may overtake the person if he is negligent. So, till the last breath, one has to be vigilant. To sink in the ocean having come within a few yards of the shore, or to fall off from a ladder having touched the last rung, would be a disaster. Having kept away delusion for long, but yielding to it at the last moment is foolish. So the Lord exhorts all mankind to keep the light of knowledge bright till the moment of death. In the Yoga Vasishta, the sage Vasishta advises Rama to be watchful and vigilant. Lust, kama, easily devours the mind of the distracted man. But the demon can do nothing to a man whose mind is gathered up in yoga. Me only means think of me only is the Lord's command. Nothing can save man from the bonds of samsara except the one pointed absorption in the Supreme Lord. If man wants peace and perfection, let him seek refuge in the Lord only. He gives moksha. The reward of devotion to the Lord at the last moment is that he attains union with the Lord. This is liberation, self-realization, moksha. He does not come again under the power of samsara. He reaches the eternal. The Lord says, out of infinite compassion, having faith in me, I will save you from all the ills and perils of samsara. So, having full faith in the Lord and abandoning all small gains and profits in this or other worlds, let the seeker aim for the highest perfection and reach it by continuous devotion to the Lord. Question: what should be the attitude of man at the time of death? Answer: he should think of the Lord and nothing else. Question: what is the result? Answer: he attains the Lord. Question: what then is man's duty? Answer: to remember the Lord in life and in death.